One of the more fun parts of things like Twitter is that you just see so many different decks, and we're going to try one today that I don't really know what it's supposed to do. Hey, Nick from Nightcard TCG, and today we're going to be trying a deck that I found randomly on Twitter. I don't know who created the deck, so I'm really sorry. I can post a link to where I saw it, but I don't know who piloted the deck, who created it. It did well at a tournament in Japan, so it looked kind of interesting. I haven't seen anything else like it, so I figured why not give it a go, because I don't want to play Lugia every day, and that's not, you know, is that really what you want to see, Lugia every single day? Maybe it is, I don't know, but we're gonna try something that I've never seen done before. So before we do, if you haven't already, do me a favor, like, subscribe, comment, all that kind of stuff. Tells YouTube this is a good channel and other people should watch it. I also have a new YouTube Shorts channel, 9Card Shorts, link in the video description. If you could do me a favor, go and check that out. Go and subscribe to that as well. Maybe leave a like and stuff on some videos. We're just gonna head over to PTCGL because I migrated, and that's all I got. So we'll head over to PTCGL, take a look at this deck. Here we are, PTCGL. This is a very interesting deck. The idea is we're going to use something like Arceus as our attacker. And now, Arceus here does a lot of damage, 200 damage with Trinity Nova. You're going to accelerate 3 basic energies from your deck to your Pokemon V in any way you want. So you can start to set up another Arceus. You can go ahead and set up Drapion V, which can be really useful in really one of two matchups. In a Mewtwo V Union matchup, where you really want to knock out that Mewtwo V Union, and also in Mew VMAX decks. So against Mewtwo V Union, you will want to get energies onto this thing via something like Trinity Nova, Trinity Charge, something like that. And in the Mew matchup, you won't have to, because, well, Wild Style says for each Rapid Strike, Fusion Strike, or Single Strike Pokemon your opponent has in play, the attacks cost 1 colorless less. So, against Mew, they're very likely going to have multiple Genesects in play, multiple Mews in play. All their Pokemon are Fusion Strike Pokemon. So we're just going to go ahead and use Dynamic Tail for free, and it's going to do a massive amount of damage to anything that's weak to Dark. We do have 4 copies of the Celebrations Yveltal. Cry of Destruction is the attack that we're going to be using a lot, and it says discard 3 special energies from your opponent's Pokemon, which is incredible against things like Lugia, random stuff like Durant. It doesn't necessarily help so much against Regis, because they want their special energies in the discard, so they could just use Regigigas' ability to get them from the discard back into Pokemon in play. So that's kind of annoying. It doesn't really help Regis, but it really does help against Mew and Lugia specifically. Those are like the 2 biggest decks. Some of the biggest decks is Lugia and Mew. Lost Box is the 3rd biggest deck, and this doesn't really pertain to Lost Box, but we can use Dark Feather as an attack, 100 damage for a Dark Double Colorless, so that is an option that can knock out a Comfey, stuff like that. We also have Snorlax with the Gourmandize ability. Once during your turn, if this is in the active spot, draw until you have 7 cards in your hand, but if you do, your turn ends. Body Slam for 100 damage, flip a coin. If heads, your opponent's active Pokemon is now paralyzed, and that could be kind of useful for decks, maybe not against like Lost Zone decks, because they just have so many switches, Scoop Up Nets, Escape Ropes, all that kind of stuff, but against Lugia decks and Mew decks and things like that that have a much lower count of switch cards, paralyzing can be really annoying. Oranguru is really just a way for us to kind of save a card. We got to play Marnie, we got to play Research, something like that. We can go ahead, take a card from our hand using Primate Wisdom, and switch it with the top card of our deck. So now if we have a really important card that we can't lose it to Marnie, we can't lose it to Research, we can go ahead, use Primate Wisdom, and put it to the top of the deck, which is a really nice combo there. Dunsparce just lets us lose our fighting weakness. We have all of our colorless Pokemon here are weak to fighting, so Dunsparce says, well, your colorless Pokemon have no weakness, so that's kind of cool. Radiant Gardevoir provides just a little bit of extra survivability for our Arceus and Drapion. or really all of our Pokemon, but mostly Arceus and Drapion. It says that we're going to take 20 less damage from the attacks of our opponent's Pokemon V. We're not able to use Psychic because, as you see on the energies, we only have 6 Dark Energies, 2 Twin Energies, and 4 Double Turbo. So because we don't have a Psychic Energy, we're not able to attack with something like Radiant Gardevoir, which has a Psychic Energy in its attack cost. But everything else is fair game to attack with. Speaking of these energies, something like Double Turbo Energy, we're going to be able to attach to any of our Pokemon, something like an Arceus to get a very early Trinity charge, and also get really close to Trinity Novas, especially if we go first. However, when we attach this card, the attacks of that Pokemon do 20 less damage. Twin Energy is also a double colorless type of energy. However, it can't be attached to Pokemon V or GX, so that's kind of an argument. It can, it just doesn't provide double colorless if you do. You can attach this to Arceus V, but it'll just be a colorless energy. It won't be double colorless. As far as trainers go, 4 Quick Ball, 4 Ultra Ball. We really want to be able to find the Pokemon we need. We got a Switch, Escape Rope, and 2 Scoop Up Nets. The reason we want the Scoop Up Nets is to get the Snorlax out of the active. We'll be able to pick up this Yveltal or Dunsparce, something like that. We do also, have Lost Vacuum so that we can get rid of Path to the Peak, most notably. Some Big Charms. Again, we're going to take our Arceus V-STAR. We're going to bring it from 280 health to 310 with Big Charm, and then we can go ahead and go up to 330 with the Radiant Gardevoir, so that's really cool. Supporters, 3 Research, 3 Boss, 2 Marnie, a Raihan. It's really kind of really basic supporter counts there. A Klara to be able to get back maybe a Pokemon like a Dunsparce or something like a one-of that we don't really have too many of, or if we need some energies, we can go ahead and use Klara to get some energies from the discard, because Klara says choose one or both, put up to 2 Pokemon from your discard into your hand, put up to 2 basic energies from your discard into your hand. So it's just really our only recovery option from if something gets knocked out and we need to get an energy. Klara is the way to do it. We have 2 copies of Cheren's Care because our Arceus is going to have potentially up to 330 health. It's going to be really hard to just knock it out in one hit, especially with Dunsparce in play doesn't have any weakness. So not a lot of things are doing just base 330 damage. So when our Arceus takes a bunch of damage, we can use Cheren's Care to just pick it up out of the active and promote a new Pokemon, and now our opponent is denied those prize cards. They basically attacked and really didn't get much out of it. Yes, we had to use a resource, maybe we had to commit some more energies now to a new Pokemon, whatever, but if we cycle through some Arceus, it can be really difficult for them to take prize cards. And then our last supporter is Sidney, which says your opponent reveals their hand, which is always just good knowledge to have. And we can discard up to 2 in any combination of Pokemon tool cards, special energy, and stadium cards that they have in their hand. So that's kind of cool. Speaking of stadiums, we have just 1 stadium, Collapsed Stadium, and it's going to reduce both Pokemon benches from 5 to 4. If you or your opponent have Pokemon on your bench, like a 5th Pokemon, you have to discard one of them. So kind of cool. You can't have more than 4 Pokemon on the bench. That's really the whole deck. I don't know how this wins against things like, maybe it wins against Lost Box because you're going to have something like Cheren's Care. You're going to let that Arceus take a couple of hits of damage, and then you're just going to Cheren's Care, and then they lost all that damage while you kind of whittle away at your prizes, knock out their Comfeys and Cramorants, things like that. Charizard can be a problem, but we do have the Big Charm for that. They probably have Lost Vacuum to counter, whatever. Yeah, that's kind of the whole deal. I guess we'll just kind of have to see how it does. Oh man, all that talking made me thirsty. Oh, so refreshing. Oh, we get to choose the coin flip. I've lost every coin flip that I've done recently, like the past 2 days. And so this is the first one that I think I actually get to win. So very excited about that. We will go first because we want to be able to evolve into our Arceus V-STAR pretty quickly. I don't know if we really need that Snorlax, because then we have to use Starbird to find the Switch. Or I can Escape Rope or Scoop Up Net. Fine. We'll put the Snorlax. Oh, they're going to mulligan. We're playing a Lugia deck. Probably. My guess. I mean, what isn't Lugia at this point, right? What is not Lugia? Another Snorlax. I don't think we need to. We're playing Sobble. Okay. Well, we'll definitely throw this down. The reason I'm doing this is because I want to be able to draw cards with Snorlax, so I'm kind of going a little aggressive here. I'm just going to get the Arceus VSTAR. Or maybe I get something that no. There's no guarantee I'll find it off the Snorlax. So we'll just go ahead and Gourmandize, draw 4. It's fine. And of course, we do, naturally we do, but we do get a switch off of that, which is huge. So now we don't have to Starburst. I can go ahead and get another Arceus and just be ready to go. Kind of see what I'm playing against. It could be a Rapid Strike Urshifu. That would be something kind of important to get a Dunsparce into play. And because they might not Rapid Flow, they can use like Gale Toss and get like a basic fighting energy onto this thing. I still don't technically know what I'm playing. Yveltal might not be the most impactful card, is really what I was getting at. So we'll get rid of one. I am going to get a Dunsparce because I do think the Dunsparce is going to be needed. And we'll pop the switch. We'll go ahead and attach the Dark Energy. And now I can just go ahead and Trinity Nova, hit for 180, which is more than enough to take out this Sobble. And we'll go ahead and get some Dark Energies. Oh, do I really want to get all 3? I'm not going to. I'm going to get just the 1. I'm going to get just the 1. Because if I Cheren's, I'm going to have a DTE in hand. Right? If they attack and damage this Arceus, I can Cheren's Care, put all this back into my hand, and then attach the DTE to this new Arceus V-Star, basically. So I don't need to lose all of my energy so quickly in case I need to attach to something else. Because I don't want to commit all those Dark Energies until I know what I'm playing against, is really what I'm trying to do. So we'll see. Maybe they'll do something this turn that gives me a little more information. It looks like they might be chaining Drizziles, which I generally will recommend against doing. You don't need to play all 3 of your Drizziles the second you can. You should play them with purpose, right? Don't just play them to play them. Play them because you're going to get some value out of it. Like there's a real reason to be playing them right now. So they get the bucket. They're going to use the Quick Ball finally to get rid of one of those energies. I'm expecting a Rapid Strike Urshifu. It's a Palkia. Okay. Alright. I haven't played a Palkia deck in a minute. It's sad that when I see Inteleon and Bucket, I don't think Palkia anymore. Now I think like Rapid Strike Urshifu for some reason, because you just don't see Palkia that frequently. I am gonna boss up this Palkia though and hit into it pretty hard, so that's kind of important to know. So they're gonna spread their energies, and they concede. Okay, I don't think they needed to concede, but I do think we were gonna take that one. I was just gonna boss up that Palkia. Wouldn't have been able to KO it because I don't have a choice spell with the Zigzagoon, but would have done enough damage. Alright, let's see. Can we go 2 for 2 on the coin flip? I won the last one. Let's see if our opponent can lose the second one, because those aren't necessarily the same thing, right? Me winning versus my opponent losing. So we'll see. I have not won many coin flips. They got tails. I don't remember what they picked. Ooh, yes, we get to choose, and we're going to choose to go first. Very, very nice. Love it. Love it, love it. Alright, so let's see what kind of start we get. We get the Snorlax. That's okay. I'm okay with Snorlax. Playing Regis, so we don't need the Drapion. And we don't really care. Ooh, yeah, I'll go here. The Yveltal's not as important anymore, because they want the special energies in the discard, as I mentioned during the deck profile portion of the video. I wish I was able to get a Dunsparce, because if they Escape Rope attack into this Arceus, I'm going to be in such trouble if they get an attack off this turn. So I'm really hoping they don't. Right? That's kind of like my goal, is to not have this deck attack. Because I can get an attack off this next turn very easily between Escape Rope, Dark Energy, Arceus VSTAR. I don't have to do a thing. Right? I don't have to try. But I will use... maybe I'm... Oh, God, they have the Battle VIP pass. They don't have any... I mean, they can get all 5 Regis, but they don't so far have enough energies in the discard to attack. Or they don't even have the... Even if they did have 3, say, powerful colorless energies, they don't have the right energies in the discard to attack with something that could KO. So they have to attack with Dragon Energy or this Regirock. Interestingly enough, they are using... the Evolving Skies stop doing that. The Evolving Skies Regidrago with the Dragon Energy for 240, not the Dragon's Horde Regidrago that lets you draw into your 4 cards in hand, which is arguably the better Regidrago. So maybe they're running a split. Maybe they're doing like a 2-2, like a, I don't know, 2-1 split. One Evolving Skies and the other Astral Radiance. They're just going to attach some energies and end it there. Alright. So we get a Quick Ball. That's pretty nice. Let's see what we should do here. Now, I'm going to Escape Rope, obviously. And they're going to give me something. Do they have any Regis in the discard? They don't. It seems like my best option is probably... They give me the Regieleki? I feel like that was a mistake. We'll get the Dunsparce. Protect against fighting weakness. I'm going to Starbirth. We're going to do 2 things. We are going to make this a little bit harder for them. We're going to get a boss. Oh, no, I don't need the boss. I need an Arceus, which I'll get. And I'm going to get this Collapsed Stadium. And I'll get a second Arceus. So throwing down the Arceus, I'll play the Collapse. That's going to force them to get rid of one of the Regis off their bench. And I'm going to knock out this Regieleki. So that's pretty sweet. As I power up this Arceus, that is a very, very nice turn for me. They might hit, so I don't necessarily know if I need all 3. So I'll go with 2. I think 2's fine. There's a pretty high chance that I use something like Cheren's this next turn. So, we'll see. Boss's Orders is a great pickup off the prize. I think we played that turn pretty well. They made a huge mistake giving me the Regieleki. I mean, it does put the energies back into the discard, but now they have 2 objectives, right? They have to get the Collapsed Stadium out of play, get another Regieleki, get another Registeel, and in the process, find the proper energies so that they can go ahead and attack with anything useful. We don't have any V-Stars, so this the Regigigas isn't really useful here. Oh, they just... Okay. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. What? God, you hate to see it. Now, I chose the Regidrago because they only have 1 card in hand, and I do not want them drawing cards, right? If I pull up something else, they knock, I knock out the Regigigas, they're going to send up the Dragon's Horde Regidrago, just draw a few cards, and I do not want them to. So I'd rather boss up that Regidrago, take the KO, they concede, they got nothing. Oh my goodness. I'll be honest, do I think it's like an incredible deck? I think the Snorlax is a really, really nice addition. You can see it really did help. We didn't get to use the Yveltal because we didn't play something like a Lugia or a Mew where Yveltal's like really useful, but you got to see how the deck functioned. I think, I'm not gonna lie, I think I played that pretty well, especially against the Reggie deck. Baby, we did pretty good. I kind of like it, though. And then again, I am partial. I love Arceus decks. I just vibe with Arceus decks for some reason. It's just like, I'm comfortable with them. I know how to play them. We've had them for a while, so it's kind of, you know, like, who's not comfortable with an Arceus deck if they've been playing for a while? I played a lot of Arceus decks, so like I just feel like I'm pretty decent with them. But anyway, that's the deck. I hope you enjoyed, found this informative. If you did, like, subscribe, comment, go check this out. And if you know whose deck this is, please tell me. I would love to give them proper credit for it. And that's gonna do it for us today. Thanks so much, and I'll see you next time.